Alright, well I need to get this going. I gotta get the lower unit back on it. Made a couple of little up and down cables so I could hook this in. So he has a new remote that he bought because you know we couldn't find really all the OEM remotes from this era. They're kind of crapped out, or at least the ones that we tried to find. So he just opted to get a cheap one off the interwebs, and that sometimes you win, sometimes you lose on those deals. But Larry knew that going into it, so it's his decision, wasn't mine. And the next point that I'm gonna drop this down so, because she's tall. Get my ladder out here, or may need to. So we got her up and down solenoid. So this is hot from our battery, and this is going to go out to our motor to tell it to go up or down. And then you got a ground over on this side, right, of it. It's not hooked up to battery, I think, folks. But I just need to hook in a wire to come off of the new harness and remote. And so I made me up a couple of cables. Just got one of those kits, and so we got some bullet connectors. So we got a green for down and a blue for up. And then he has a new remote. So on the new remote, obviously we've got our green and blue. So that's going to connect into, well, of course, I made the wrong, well, that figures. So I'm going to have to redo these wires. It's probably a good thing, maybe I can just show this. This is the wrong end, because they have these. So I just threw them together. It doesn't take very long. I guess I should have confirmed that first. I've thought about it. But so we'll cut these off and redo it and put the right ends on it. All right, well that was probably a good mistake. I can film it. Okay, I got these little, I make these long just because of this. Like I always do something like this, and then, you know, then I got to start over. I got to do it twice. It's just what it is, I guess. But just strip them off, get the right size thing. I don't remember where these clients came from. I think maybe Dad. And then I bought this little kit for like $20. It's a pretty cool little kit. But the first thing you do is you take your little, they have two different sizes. One's for like the male, and one's for the female. So I guess they call this female. And we're just gonna slide it over our wire. And we'll get out a couple of them because we'll do both. And they're like, I guess they're shrink wrappable. And then we're gonna get that in, which is gonna be what? Would you call that a female end? And then we're just going to take our tool, and you'll notice it's just It's like a little housing, and so you don't want to put it this way because then it would just, but if you do it like this little input will crush it. So what you got to do is, they are labeled, like it says 0.51, and then I guess it says 1.5 millimeter. So I think we want this one that's like, maybe this one, we're just gonna fit it right. So that's pretty tight. That one's tight. And then all you have to do is, once you got it in there, and it'll just kind of hold itself, you can take the pliers and you go until you hear that first click. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know if you could hear it or not, but then we're just going to take our wire and feed it through. And then just cinch her down. And it'll be kind of stuck in there, and that die, or I guess that's what you call it. And then we're just going to slide this up, and then that'll make our connection. And it's a pretty strong connection. So we'll get another female in, we'll put it in our die. So I think I was in the number one, was it? Yeah, it fits pretty tight in the one. Whoa. It's hard to like show this and film it, but alright, I kind of heard the little click. I'll just cinch it down till it bottoms out, and then it kind of sticks in there, and then you got a good connection. And we just slide this up, and then I always like to verify, get this little plastic to go all the way to the end. Alright, so I have a heat shrink gun. And then also, the only thing about this thing is that sometimes they're not in there right. It's cheap. They're cheap kits. There it goes. Get you out a meter, and I like to put them on continuity. Test your equipment, and we're just going to test our wire. We got continuity on that one. We got continuity on that one. So, what's that gonna do? Well, that's gonna be on our signal input side of our solenoids, and that's gonna plug into the remote. Getting distracted, like everywhere, which way. Got this thing installed. Just got it fed over here on the top and the bottom. Now we got our signal lines. So it'll be right here, and then I've got the new remote just sitting over here temporarily, and then we're gonna connect this, and it's gonna go up to there, and then the output of here is. So anyway, I'm gonna get this where it's not, so it's kind of loose. I think this is an 8-pin. Is that right? 4, 7, 8 pin. I can see. Alright, so I don't know, we just want to do something where it doesn't have to be hooked up there, but we're gonna kind of ride it around. I ain't starting it or anything. And then we're gonna connect our blue to our blue. Tow guy, I don't know what that's about. Alright, so I got that hooked up. Now I just gotta hook up a battery. Alright, so got my remote over here. Let's see if it did anything. Hey, it go up. Alright, I'm trying to get a game plan for this because I can't lay it too far, and then it's going to be tall, so I'm going to have a ladder so that I can turn this guy or have somebody else turn it. And I think use a couple straps here so that I can pull this thing up. I got these clamps out, but I don't know if this is going to work now. Let's just see where it'll go. That's a little bit, I don't like that. I'll get another. Piece of board or something. I don't know. That's better. I don't know if I want to go any higher than that. I think that'll be fine. I'll get me to get it on, so get a couple straps. Now just get some old rag. I like this just because kind of thick paint. But this will, ooh, that thing stinks. Set up better. Alright, got it like that. Now I can get this out of here. So I can shove this thing up there or shove it up this way. I think that gives us enough room, and then I'll get a ratchet, get another rag. I guess I could time lapse it. Put you guys on time lapse. I don't know how that works. So really the thing about this is this needs to go around. I only need one. And if I need to, I could always, yeah, so I only need one. Just gonna hook it on the case. And then I'm gonna get my tools out here and a lower unit. Alright, these here bolts are 5/8. So I got my some wrenches out. Got my cover down here. If I could talk, you know, I'm not a real good talker. But I just put a blanket down there. Moving blankets down here. Got the engine kind of tilted up. Oh gosh, what do we do? Try to put this on here. I do think it could still probably go up maybe a little bit. I got my strap right here. You guys have probably seen me do this 1,000 times. I got my bolt. I got my bolt tray. I got everything that I think that I need. At least I think I do. So, I don't know. Maybe, at least I can get Larry's lower unit back on here, and then that'll be done. So when he's ready, let's see if I can go another. That's a little bit better. And I think the only thing we got to do is maybe put some grease on the splines on top. I don't know what I have in this gun, but it's probably triple guard, which is fine. So this Johnson Evinrude is the best grease. This triple guard. But I'm gonna put this on the splines. And we can even do these. That'd be enough. That'd be enough. Leave that out here in case I need it. Then I guess I'm gonna lift this up here as far as I can, flip this over, do this like maneuver so I can get my strap ready to go. So I don't know, you can't see it. I ain't got 40 cameras to do this with. What I like to do is get it so it's ready to go, because when it wants to go, it's gonna go. Come on. Yeah, here's where you knock this thing all the way over. Alright, there we go. That's better. So yeah, I just have it so it's just like ready to go. Because it's just me. I mean, I'm the only guy here, right? So, you know, I'm like the only dude. Get her done, get her done, get her done, done. My hand's kind of, make sure you got this bolt in. Gotta have that bolt in. And we can put some grease on it later, it's fine. Put some grease on these. Yeah, never mind. Let's just do it now. Probably doesn't need it, but I like doing it. Smear this, just, it'll help going in. We got our O-ring up there. Shoot. A lot of times that thing is like gives you more problems than good. And yeah, I set triple guard or whatever. It's like blue. All right. Let's see what happens. It's really not too heavy. I get it to a certain place, I can rest it on my knee. And I'll crank it down. Alright, and then I'll kind of rest. Give yourself a rest. Then you just gotta get the tube going in. The copper tube, the plastic tube in the copper tube. Now the next thing, we just got to get our shift shaft lined up with here. Yeah. The way you can do that is I have a little alright, so the way I do that is I have just a little pair of vice grips. They're like needle nose. But find them. See what I do with them. Probably in my little deal here. These are these. Alright, we have to set you out from the needle nose. What has happened? Here we go. I was in the right area. It's what it is, man. Just gotta battle all with it. So get a little pair of needle nose. And then we're gonna come down over here and I'm hoping you guys will be able to see it, but down in there where that meets up, you gotta let them slide right together. So if you take these and then you got a little bit of space right here, you got a little bit of space right here to like get a hold of that shift arm. Now I can move it into position. Maybe. Yeah, probably got it. Anyway, you get the idea. So let me do that. Alright, now you can get rid of that. Alright, I got it. Just took a little bit. She's in there. So now, just kind of put her bolts on. So you can do this by yourself, man. You don't have to have somebody. Alright, so we'll be, Chucky's got to go get transducer mount for his new graph to go on his trolling motor. So he's got to run up to Bass Pro. My feeling is like, Bass Pro, that's such a little bitty piece, man. Bass Pro should just put it in there. They don't have to put the clamps. You can go buy your own clamps. I mean, you can get stainless steel clamps at Ace Hardware. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot, you name them, man. You can find that stuff. So they can reduce the cost of it. Put it, I mean, you know, because those clamps are probably, I don't know, $6-8 a piece. So right there you can lower your cost. It's just hose clamps. They should have done that, man. I don't know why they didn't do that. And we got a 5/8 look box wrench here and start getting her done. So I kind of do this and then I tighten the other side as I go because then I get to a certain point and then
Yeah, I'll be back.
alright, run up there and get that.
So I get going.
Yep. Anyway, I run those basically down pretty good ways, and then like I'll take the two that's in the back so it's not so like you know, like this or whatever. You get the idea. But let's get a couple more washers and we'll go under here, and this is in the way now so we can get rid of this. Come on. Alright, so that's out of the way. I'm gonna have a washer and a nut. Washer and a nut. And then I need my wrench, a little socket. I like the deep side one, I'm sorry. I need to stop a lot of times and just catch my deal, because see, like, that's a deep, it's a deep well socket. That's what I'm trying to say. If I can talk. And then you want to make sure you're going the right way. So it's just cheap Harbor Freight one. Feels like it's getting loose. You can tighten these and then it kind of fixes it. I'll just get it to where it's got a little tension on it, and then I'll go back to my front ones. Right, so there's a little tension there. And back to this guy. Alright. Trying to go as fast as I can. Alright, that gets it pretty taut. I mean, I get them tight, but I don't get them crazy tight, you know? I'm sure there's some kind of torque value, but I don't know what it is. What is that? Alright, there's that. See, we're still in neutral. And we got a bolt that's going to go right here. So that's this guy. It's going to be a 9/16. So I usually get my little long socket, or I'll get some kind of extension. So let me get that. Yeah, a 9/16, a little bit of grease. Stick her up in the hole. Sometimes they'll fall down like that in that socket. So like in that case, yeah, I'll probably get a shallow. So this is good because it'll show you, like, yeah, you need a shallow one. So let me go get a 9/16 a shallow. So like that was not as deep. There we go. That's it. Now we'll need, I think it's a half to go in here on the top. And we can put this on. So let me get a half. Well, I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but it's just a 1/2-inch bolt down there, and we put our little steering skeg on there. Little anode, it's an anode. So we're pretty much done. I'm gonna find a beauty piece for this. See if I got one of those that'll fit it. I don't know if I do or not, but that's gonna be like, I'll need to run this at some point here. Okay, yeah, so I'll need to run this at some point, but there's a good look at this old motor from the 80s, and should be ready to rock here soon. But I'm gonna put this thing down and put it in its down position, clean up my mess, and we're moving on up. All right, well, yeah, drain the oil out of it. Gonna put some oil in it, and then that'll be good to go. Thanks for watching.